Question 1. What year marked the establishment of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland? A. 1603, B. 1707, C. 1801, D. 1901. Answer: C. 1801. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland was established in 1801, following the union of the Kingdom of Great Britain and the Kingdom of Ireland. Question 2. Who was the Prime Minister of the UK at the start of the 20th century? A. Winston Churchill, B. Robert Cecil, C. Arthur Balfour, D. David Lloyd George. Answer: C. Arthur Balfour. Arthur Balfour served as Prime Minister of the UK at the start of the 20th century, from 1902 to 1905. Question 3. What significant architectural project was completed under the reign of Queen Victoria and became a symbol of the British Empire? A. The London Bridge, B. The Tower of London, C. The Houses of Parliament, D. The British Museum. Answer: C. The Houses of Parliament. Completed during the reign of Queen Victoria, the Houses of Parliament became a symbol of the British Empire and its government. Question 4. What treaty resulted in the acquisition of Hong Kong by the British Empire? A. Treaty of Nanking, B. Treaty of Versailles, C. Treaty of Tordesillas, D. Treaty of Paris. Answer: A. Treaty of Nanking. The Treaty of Nanking, signed in 1842, ended the First Opium War and resulted in the cession of Hong Kong to the British Empire. Question 5. During which conflict did the charge of the Light Brigade occur? A. The Crimean War, B. World War I, C. The Napoleonic Wars, D. The Boer War. Answer: A. The Crimean War. The charge of the Light Brigade occurred during the Crimean War in 1854, becoming infamous due to its high casualties and miscommunication. Question 6. What was the purpose of the Reform Acts passed in the 19th century? A. To abolish the monarchy, B. To establish universal suffrage, C. To reform the electoral system of the United Kingdom, D. To separate church and state. Answer: C. To reform the electoral system of the United Kingdom. The Reform Acts were a series of measures to reshape the British electoral system, expanding the electorate and redistributing seats. Question 7. What pivotal role did the UK play in the establishment of the League of Nations? A. It was the primary financial contributor, B. It hosted the first and subsequent meetings, C. It proposed the initial idea, D. It was one of the principal architects. Answer: D. It was one of the principal architects. The UK played a pivotal role in the establishment of the League of Nations, supporting its creation to promote international peace and cooperation after World War I. Question 8. Who was the first female member of the Royal Society? A. Marie Curie, B. Ada Lovelace, C. Rosalind Franklin, D. Elizabeth Garrett Anderson. Answer: D. Elizabeth Garrett Anderson. Elizabeth Garrett Anderson was one of the first female members of the Royal Society, recognized for her contributions to medicine. Question 9. What invention by Michael Faraday in the 19th century had a major impact on electricity use? A. The electric motor, B. The transformer, C. The dynamo, D. The light bulb. Answer: A. The electric motor. Michael Faraday's invention of the electric motor in the early 19th century had a significant impact on the use and development of electricity? Question 10. Which British monarch is associated with the establishment of the Commonwealth of Nations? A. Queen Elizabeth II. B. King George V. C. Queen Victoria. D. King Edward VII. Answer: B. King George V. King George V is associated with the establishment of the Commonwealth of Nations, which evolved from the British Empire into a free association of independent states. Question 11. What was the main goal of the suffragette movement in the UK? A. To gain equal employment rights for women. B. To secure the right to vote for women. C. To improve educational opportunities for women. D. To abolish the monarchy. Answer: B. To secure the right to vote for women. The main goal of the suffragette movement in the UK was to secure women's suffrage, a campaign that involved protests, advocacy, and civil disobedience. Question 12. Which law, passed in the 19th century, began the process of improving working conditions in factories? A. The Factory Act of 1833. B. The Health and Morals of Apprentices Act. C. The Mines Act. D. The Workhouse Reform Act. Answer: A. The Factory Act of 1833. The Factory Act of 1833 began the process of improving working conditions in factories, particularly focusing on limiting the hours that children could work. Question 13. How did the Great Exhibition of 1851 influence global trade and culture? A. It led to increased isolationism in the UK. B. It promoted international trade and cultural exchange. C. It discouraged technological innovation. D. It focused solely on British achievements. Answer: B. It promoted international trade and cultural exchange. The Great Exhibition of 1851 was held in London and showcased modern industrial technology and design from around the world, influencing global trade and cultural exchange. Question 14. What was the main outcome of the Anglo-Zanzibar War? A. It led to significant territorial gains for Zanzibar. B. It lasted several months with heavy casualties. C. It resulted in a British victory in less than an hour. D. It caused a long-lasting conflict between the UK and Zanzibar. Answer: C. It resulted in a British victory in less than an hour. The Anglo-Zanzibar War of 1896 is notable for being the shortest war in history, with a British victory achieved in less than an hour. Question 15. Which British explorer is renowned for his explorations in Africa and his quest to find the source of the Nile? A. David Livingstone. B. James Cook. C. Ernest Shackleton. D. John Hanning Speke. Answer: A. David Livingstone. David Livingstone is renowned for his explorations in Africa and his extensive efforts to find the source of the Nile River. Question 16. What was the Beveridge Report, and how did it influence UK social policy? A. It was a military strategy document during World War II. B. It outlined the foundations for the modern welfare state. C. It was a financial plan for post-war economic recovery. D. It proposed stricter immigration laws. Answer: B. It outlined the foundations for the modern welfare state. The Beveridge Report, published during World War II, outlined plans for a comprehensive welfare state that would address want, disease, ignorance, squalor, and idleness. Question 17. What was the primary reason behind the construction of Hadrian's Wall? A. To mark the boundary of the Roman Empire. B. To protect against Viking invasions. C. To control trade and movement between England and Scotland. D. To serve as a fortification against the French. Answer A. To mark the boundary of the Roman Empire. Hadrian's Wall was constructed under the orders of Emperor Hadrian to mark the northern boundary of the Roman Empire and to protect Roman Britain from the northern tribes. Question 18. Who was the UK's Prime Minister during the Suez Crisis? A. Winston Churchill. B. Anthony Eden. C. Harold Macmillan. D. Clement Attlee. Answer B. Anthony Eden. Anthony Eden was the UK's Prime Minister during the Suez Crisis in 1956, which was a diplomatic and military confrontation in Egypt involving Egypt, Israel, France, and the United Kingdom. Question 19. Which act abolished capital punishment in Britain for murder in 1965? A. The Abolition of the Death Penalty Act. B. The Murder, Abolition of Death Penalty Act. C. The Capital Punishment Amendment Act. D. The Criminal Justice Reform Act. Answer B. The Murder, Abolition of Death Penalty Act. The Murder, Abolition of Death Penalty Act 1965 abolished capital punishment for murder in Britain, marking a significant change in British law and attitudes towards capital punishment. Question 20. What is the significance of the Battle of Britain in 1940? A. It was the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces. B. It resulted in the British surrender to German forces. C. It marked the beginning of World War II. D. It led to the immediate end of the war. Answer A. It was the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces. The Battle of Britain in 1940 was significant as it was the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces and marked a crucial turning point in World War II, with Britain resisting German air assaults. Question 21. Who were the Windrush generation, and why are they significant in British history? A. A group of politicians in the early 20th century. B. Immigrants who arrived from the Caribbean in 1948 aboard the MV Empire Windrush. C. Soldiers who fought in World War I. D. Artists in the 1920s modernist movement. Answer B. Immigrants who arrived from the Caribbean in 1948 aboard the MV Empire Windrush. The Windrush generation significantly contributed to rebuilding the UK after World War II and are symbolic of the social and cultural diversity of post-war Britain. Question 22. What event in 1707 significantly altered the political landscape of Scotland and England? A. The signing of the Magna Carta. B. The English Civil War. C. The Acts of Union. D. The Glorious Revolution. Answer C. The Acts of Union. The Acts of Union in 1707 politically united the Kingdom of England and the Kingdom of Scotland into a single unified Kingdom of Great Britain. Question 23. What was the main reason for the introduction of the national minimum wage in 1998? A. To control inflation. B. To reduce government spending. C. To address income inequality and poverty. D. To boost the national economy. Answer C. To address income inequality and poverty. The national minimum wage was introduced in 1998 to help reduce income inequality and provide a basic standard of living for all workers. Question 24. Who is credited with inventing the World Wide Web, and in what year? A. Tim Berners-Lee, 1989. B. Bill Gates, 1995. C. Steve Jobs, 1984. D. Mark Zuckerberg, 2004. Answer: A. Tim Berners-Lee, 1989. Tim Berners-Lee is credited with inventing the World Wide Web in 1989, revolutionizing the way people communicate and access information globally. Question 25. What was the impact of the Black Death on medieval England? A. It led to a decrease in the population and significant social changes. B. It caused the English Renaissance. C. It initiated the Industrial Revolution. D. It ended the Viking invasions. Answer: A. It led to a decrease in the population and significant social changes. The Black Death, which struck England in the mid-14th century, drastically reduced the population and led to profound social and economic changes. Question 26. Who was the last British monarch of the House of Hanover? A. Queen Victoria. B. King George III. C. Queen Elizabeth I. D. King Edward VII. Answer: A. Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria was the last monarch of the House of Hanover, reigning until her death in 1901, after which the House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha began with her son, Edward VII. Question 27. In what year did the UK first introduce the decimal currency system? A. 1820. B. 1910. C. 1971. D. 1952. Answer: C. 1971. The UK introduced the decimal currency system in 1971, transitioning from pounds, shillings and pence to a system based on pounds and pence. Question 28. What was the historical significance of the Council of Nicaea to the British Isles? A. It established Christianity as the official religion. B. It was the first ecumenical council held in 325 AD that shaped Christian doctrine. C. It marked the beginning of British law. D. It initiated the English Reformation. Answer: B. It was the first ecumenical council held in 325 AD that shaped Christian doctrine. While the Council of Nicaea did not take place in the British Isles, its decisions had a profound impact on Christian practice and doctrine throughout the Roman Empire, including in Britain. Question 29. How did the Glorious Revolution of 1688 influence the British constitutional system? A. It led to the establishment of the absolute monarchy. B. It initiated the transition to a constitutional monarchy. C. It abolished the monarchy. D. It resulted in the adoption of communism. Answer: B. It initiated the transition to a constitutional monarchy. The Glorious Revolution of 1688 marked the beginning of modern parliamentary democracy in Britain and the limitation of monarchic powers, establishing a constitutional monarchy. Question 30. What major social and economic impact did the Enclosures Acts have on rural England? A. They led to urbanization and industrialization by freeing up labor. B. They decreased agricultural production. C. They expanded the feudal system. D. They improved living conditions in rural areas. Answer: A. They led to urbanization and industrialization by freeing up labor. The Enclosures Acts privatized common lands, pushing many rural dwellers to move to cities and seek work in factories, thus fueling the Industrial Revolution. Question 31. What led to the formation of the United Kingdom's National Health Service? A. The need for a private healthcare system. B. The impact of World War II and the need for comprehensive health care for all. C. The demand for health insurance companies. D. The increase in private medical practices. Answer: B. The impact of World War II and the need for comprehensive health care for all. The formation of the National Health Service in 1948 was driven by the wartime experiences that emphasized the need for a health system accessible to all citizens, regardless of income. Question 32. Who was the first Briton to win a Nobel Prize, and in what field? A. Isaac Newton, physics. B. Alexander Fleming, medicine. C. Ronald Ross, physiology or medicine. D. Winston Churchill, literature. Answer: C. Ronald Ross, physiology or medicine. Ronald Ross was the first Briton to win a Nobel Prize, awarded in 1902 for his work on the life cycle of the malaria parasite. Question 33. What significant change did the Representation of the People Act 1928 bring about? A. It granted suffrage to all men and women over the age of 21. B. It allowed women to run for political office. C. It restricted voting rights. D. It lowered the voting age to 18. Answer: A. It granted suffrage to all men and women over the age of 21. The Representation of the People Act 1928 was a key development in British democracy, equalising the voting age for men and women, and thus extending suffrage to a wider population. Question 34. Who was targeted by the Gunpowder Plot of 1605, and what was the objective? A. King James I to end his support for Protestant reforms. B. Queen Elizabeth I to stop her persecution of Catholics. C. The Parliament to protest against the monarchy. D. King James I to replace him with a Catholic monarch. Answer: D. King James I to replace him with a Catholic monarch. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605 aimed to assassinate King James I and replace him with a Catholic monarch, reflecting deep religious divides. Question 35. What role did Bletchley Park play during World War II? A. It was the main manufacturing site for British war materials. B. It served as the headquarters for the British Army. C. It was the central site for British code-breaking efforts. D. It was a prison for war criminals. Answer: C. It was the central site for British code-breaking efforts. Bletchley Park is famous for its role in decrypting the Enigma and other codes, which significantly aided the Allied war effort. Question 36. Which treaty concluded the American War of Independence? A. The Treaty of Paris, 1783. B. The Treaty of Versailles. C. The Treaty of Ghent. D. The Treaty of London. Answer: A. The Treaty of Paris, 1783. This treaty officially ended the American War of Independence, recognizing the independence of the United States from Britain. Question 37. Who was the first British astronaut in space? A. Tim Peake. B. Helen Sharman. C. Michael Foale. D. Piers Sellers. Answer: B. Helen Sharman. Helen Sharman was the first British astronaut in space when she flew to the Mir space station in 1991 as part of a cooperative mission between the UK and the Soviet Union. Question 38. What event marked the beginning of the British Raj in India? A. The Battle of Plassey. B. The Sepoy Mutiny. C. The signing of the Treaty of Amritsar. D. The Indian Independence Act. Answer: B. The Sepoy Mutiny. The Sepoy Mutiny, or the Indian Rebellion of 1857, led to the dissolution of the East India Company's rule and marked the beginning of direct British governance, known as the British Raj. Question 39. What was the main purpose of the Corn Laws in the 19th century? A. To regulate the import and export of corn. B. To promote free trade. C. To protect British agriculture from foreign competition. D. To lower the price of bread. Answer: C. To protect British agriculture from foreign competition. The Corn Laws were implemented to protect domestic grain producers from cheaper foreign imports, leading to significant political and social unrest. Question 40. What is the historical significance of the Magna Carta signed in 1215? A. It represented the first step towards a democratic government in England. B. It granted absolute power to the monarchy. C. It established the Church of England. D. It limited the powers of the king and laid the foundation for modern democracy. Answer: D. It limited the powers of the king and laid the foundation for modern democracy. The Magna Carta is celebrated as a cornerstone in the development of democratic principles by limiting royal authority and establishing the rule of law. Question 41. What invention by Sir Alexander Fleming had a significant impact on healthcare? A. The stethoscope. B. Penicillin. C. The X-ray machine. D. The MRI scanner. Answer: B. Penicillin. Sir Alexander Fleming's discovery of penicillin in 1928 had a revolutionary impact on healthcare, providing a powerful antibiotic that could effectively treat bacterial infections. Question 42. Which British monarch reigned during both World Wars? A. King Edward VII. B. King George V. C. Queen Elizabeth II. D. King George VI. Answer: D. King George VI. King George VI reigned during both World War II, overseeing a critical period in British history. Question 43. What was Operation Dynamo during World War II? A. The code name for the D-Day landings. B. The bombing campaign over Germany. C. The evacuation of British and Allied forces from Dunkirk, France. D. The development of the atomic bomb. Answer: C. The evacuation of British and Allied forces from Dunkirk, France. Operation Dynamo was the code name for the evacuation of British and Allied forces from Dunkirk in 1940, a significant event in World War II. Question 44. Who was responsible for the English Reformation in the 16th century? A. Queen Mary I. B. King Henry VIII. C. Queen Elizabeth I. D. King James I. Answer: B. King Henry VIII. King Henry VIII was responsible for initiating the English Reformation, a series of events that led to the Church of England breaking away from the authority of the Pope and the Roman Catholic Church. Question 45. What was the primary cause of the English Civil War? A. Disagreements over religious freedoms. B. Economic conflicts between the monarchy and nobility. C. Power struggles between Parliament and the monarchy. D. Territorial disputes with Scotland. Answer: C. Power struggles between Parliament and the monarchy. The primary cause of the English Civil War was the power struggle between Parliament and King Charles I, who asserted royal prerogative over parliamentary authority. Question 46. What legislation was passed in response to the Great Smog of 1952? A. The Clean Air Act 1956. B. The Environmental Protection Act. C. The Air Quality Act. D. The Pollution Control Act. Answer: A. The Clean Air Act 1956. In response to the Great Smog of 1952, which caused significant health issues and deaths in London, the Clean Air Act 1956 was passed to reduce air pollution. Question 47. Which British monarch established the Church of England? A. King Henry VIII. B. Queen Elizabeth I. C. King Edward VI. D. Queen Mary I. Answer. A. King Henry VIII. King Henry VIII established the Church of England in 1534 after his split with the Roman Catholic Church, largely due to his desire to secure a divorce from Catherine of Aragon. Question 48. What naval engagement is considered England's most famous naval victory against the Spanish Armada? A. The Battle of Trafalgar. B. The Battle of the Spanish Armada in 1588. C. The Battle of Jutland. D. The Battle of Midway. Answer. Lee. The Battle of the Spanish Armada in 1588. This naval engagement is considered one of England's greatest victories, where the English fleet defeated the mighty Spanish Armada, thwarting Spain's attempt to invade England. Question 49. Who was the British Prime Minister when India gained independence? A. Winston Churchill. B. Clement Attlee. C. Neville Chamberlain. D. Harold Macmillan. Answer. B. Clement Attlee. Clement Attlee was the British Prime Minister when India gained independence from British rule in 1947. Question 50. What was the main result of the Acts of Union 1707? A. The formal union of England and Wales. B. The dissolution of the Scottish Parliament. C. The creation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain. D. The separation of Ireland from Great Britain. Answer. C. The creation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain. The Acts of Union 1707 united the kingdoms of England and Scotland under the name of Great Britain, creating a single sovereign state. Question 51. How did the Statute of Rhuddlan affect Wales? A. It granted Wales independence from England. B. It introduced English law into Wales. C. It established Wales as a separate kingdom. D. It reduced Wales to a principality. Answer. B. It introduced English law into Wales. The Statute of Rhuddlan in 1284 effectively incorporated Wales into England under English law, following Edward I's conquest. Question 52. What landmark did the Battle of Waterloo in 1815 achieve? A. It ended the Napoleonic Wars. B. It began the French Revolution. C. It led to the unification of Germany. D. It expanded the British Empire in Africa. Answer. A. It ended the Napoleonic Wars. The Battle of Waterloo in 1815 marked the final defeat of Napoleon Bonaparte, effectively ending the series of conflicts known as the Napoleonic Wars. Question 53. Who was the Prime Minister of the UK when the NHS was founded? A. Winston Churchill. B. Clement Attlee. C. Anthony Eden. D. Harold Wilson. Answer. B. Clement Attlee. Clement Attlee was the Prime Minister when the National Health Service, NHS, was established in 1948, providing health care free at the point of use for all UK residents. Question 54. What historical event is commemorated by Bonfire Night? A. The end of the English Civil War. B. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605. C. The signing of the Magna Carta. D. The Battle of Hastings. Answer. B. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605. Bonfire Night, also known as Guy Fawkes Night, commemorates the failure of the gunpowder plot in which Guy Fawkes and other conspirators attempted to blow up the Houses of Parliament. Question 55. What significant education reform occurred under the Education Act 1944? A. The introduction of compulsory education up to the age of 16. B. The establishment of the modern comprehensive school system. C. The separation of church and state in education. D. The founding of the University of London. Answer. B. The establishment of the modern comprehensive school system. The Education Act 1944, also known as the Butler Act, reformed the education system in Britain, establishing the modern comprehensive school system and raising the school-leaving age. Question 56. What is the historical significance of the Stone of Scone? A. It was used in the coronation ceremonies of Scottish kings. B. It marked the boundary between England and Scotland. C. It was the original throne of the Roman emperors. D. It was a Viking artifact used in trade ceremonies. Answer. A. It was used in the coronation ceremonies of Scottish kings. The Stone of Scone, also known as the Stone of Destiny, has historical significance as it was traditionally used in the coronation ceremonies of Scottish kings and later British monarchs. Question 57. Which British scientist is known for his laws of motion? A. Charles Darwin. B. Isaac Newton. C. Michael Faraday. D. Stephen Hawking. Answer. B. Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton is renowned for formulating the laws of motion, which are fundamental to the study of physics and helped pave the way for the Enlightenment. Question 58. Who was the first female Prime Minister of the UK? A. Margaret Thatcher. B. Theresa May. C. Elizabeth I. D. Mary Tudor. Answer. A. Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher was the first female Prime Minister of the UK, serving from 1979 to 1990, and is known for her strong conservative policies and significant impact on British politics. Question 59. What major change occurred in the governance of London with the introduction of the Greater London Authority in 2000? A. The abolition of the historic City of London Corporation. B. The establishment of a centralised London government with a mayor and assembly. C. The division of London into independent boroughs. D. The removal of all traditional ceremonial rules in London governance. Answer. B. The establishment of a centralised London government with a mayor and assembly. The Greater London Authority was established in 2000 to provide London with a centralised administrative body, which includes the Mayor of London and the London Assembly. Question 60. Which document marked the beginning of constitutional monarchy in England? A. The Domesday Book. B. The Bill of Rights 1689. C. The Magna Carta 1215. D. The Act of Settlement 1701. Answer. B. The Bill of Rights 1689. The Bill of Rights 1689 is considered a fundamental document marking the beginning of constitutional monarchy in England by setting out the limits of royal authority and outlining the rights of Parliament. Question 61. What were the main consequences of the Treaty of Utrecht, 1713? A. It ended the War of the Spanish Succession. B. It began the 100 Years' War. C. It marked the start of the Industrial Revolution. D. It initiated the English Civil War. Answer. A. It ended the War of the Spanish Succession. The Treaty of Utrecht in 1713 ended the War of the Spanish Succession and reshaped the balance of power in Europe, with significant territorial and trade adjustments. Question 62. Who was the leader of the Labour Party who significantly shaped the post-World War II welfare state? A. Winston Churchill. B. Clement Attlee. C. Harold Wilson. D. Tony Blair. Answer B. Clement Attlee. Clement Attlee, as the leader of the Labour Party and Prime Minister from 1945 to 1951, played a significant role in establishing the post-World War II welfare state in the UK, including the creation of the National Health Service. Question 63. What crucial role did Winston Churchill play in World War II? A. He served as the Secretary of State for War. B. He was the Commander-in-Chief of the British Army. C. He was the Prime Minister and led Britain through much of the war. D. He was a diplomat in negotiations with Germany. Answer C. He was the Prime Minister and led Britain through much of the war. Winston Churchill's leadership as Prime Minister during World War II was crucial, known for his stirring speeches and steadfast resistance against Nazi Germany. Question 64. What was the impact of the swinging 60s on British culture and society? A. It led to a more conservative social order. B. It was marked by significant technological innovation. C. It saw a cultural revolution that emphasized modernity and liberation. D. It resulted in increased isolationism in the UK. Answer C. It saw a cultural revolution that emphasized modernity and liberation. The swinging 60s in the UK were characterized by significant cultural changes, including the rise of new music, fashion, and a more liberal social outlook. Question 65. What significant legal principle was established by the Bill of Rights in 1689? A. The right to bear arms for self-defense. B. The principle of parliamentary sovereignty. C. The separation of church and state. D. The establishment of routine elections. Answer B. The principle of parliamentary sovereignty. The Bill of Rights in 1689 established several important legal principles, including the principle of parliamentary sovereignty, which affirmed Parliament's authority over the monarchy.